Day 1. Honor the divine with truth. The working definition of truth is: the principle we are working with today is truth. Truth. It is the absolute, that which reveals and is in accord with the will of the divine as the governing principle of life. Truth is eternal, the same today as yesterday. The fullness of truth related to the divine exists at the core of every living being. The basic principle of truth is that the mind of every individual is unified with divine mind eternally. As individual awareness expands and embraces the concept of the divine truth, understanding unfolds. Commentary on truth. I had so many lies in my foundation. My mother, bless her heart, told me what she thought I needed to know to make it in life. These things that she told me constituted my armor, my protection from the harshness of the world. Unfortunately, Mother dear, what you told me had nothing to do with the truth of my being. It was painful for me to accept this fact, that my mother was in essence a liar. It was even more difficult for me to wade through Mother's instructions and find the truth, God's truth. It meant that I had to examine everything that I had been told and weigh it against the universal truth. It was most unfortunate that even that truth was skewed by the church, the evening news, and Captain Kangaroo. It's hard out there. No one is going to give you anything. You've got to work hard for what you want in this life. Don't trust people. People will step on you if you don't watch out. You've got to be better than everyone else. If you don't stand out, no one will notice you. This is what my parents and their friends pounded into my head. Underlying it all were their low expectations of me and for me because I was a woman. I'm sure my mother, father, and grandmother thought they were giving it to me straight, and I believed they were. Unfortunately, their instructions integrated my own perceptions, resulted in massive confusion. I must say that even in their protective hysteria, there were a few gems my caregivers gave me that have proven to be as lasting and empowering as they were originally confusing and disempowering. In particular, follow your first thought. My interpretation: why the hell should I listen to me? I am wretched, born of the original sin. Only certain people get God's attention, and most of them are men. I'm too young. I don't know enough. I'm a woman. Then there is the classic, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Wait just a freaking minute here. Are others the same people who are waiting to do me in, pounce on me, betray my trust, take what I have and leave me high and dry? What am I supposed to do unto them if not protect myself from them? Lest we forget, Jesus died for your sins. You must receive him as your Savior if you want to get to heaven. I don't know about most people, but I was raised to fear death. The thought that I had done something, anything, particularly something I was totally unaware of, That cost someone else their life, left me riddled with guilt. Now, when I'm guilty, I have a hard time facing the people who remind me of what I have done or not done to be guilty about. Besides that, those childhood images of Christ hanging on the cross reminded me of my guilt, and also told me that he hadn't made out so well. How was he going to help me from the position he was in? The messages, the images, the conflict within myself led me further away from the place I wanted to be, standing in truth. You must do your own independent investigation of truth. Powerful words from a friend teaching me about the Baha'i faith are a good starting point for the journey to uncover truth. When you are courageous enough to examine and challenge those things that you have been taught to accept as truth, you cannot help but find the truth beneath their accepted meaning. Discovering and embracing just one eternal truth will fill your heart, bring tears to your eyes, and eradicate the false beliefs in an instant. How will you know it when you find it? The sheep always know the voice of the shepherd. More important, just like our mothers told us, the truth will set you free. The truth will bring you back to the place you started as a divine idea in the mind of God. The truth will free you from the habitual fears the process of life can impose upon you. The truth will eliminate your need to be anything other than what you already are, divine. It will prove to be an adequate and fulfilling substitution for the need to scratch, claw, and fight to get anything. The truth is, we already have everything we need. The truth, in its most simple form, is an exorcist for the spirit of the doo-doo. Do this, do that, do it now, do it fast. The truth allows you to just be. The ability to be okay with who you are, doing whatever it is that you are doing in any given moment, is the piece of heaven we spend our lives killing ourselves to find. The result of an independent investigation for truth is the only incontrovertible proof that truth is eternal, consistent, dependable, and born of love. For me, the discovery of the truth about truth was enough to enable me to forgive my well-intentioned mother. For that matter, everyone else who had supported me in my misconceptions about life itself. Truth postulates. My own independent investigation of truth eventually resulted in my ability to embrace certain ideas that were consistent, although hard to find. In every religious text, every book on personal growth, every New Age treatise I examined, there were certain theories that kept popping up. Of course, they were all said in a different way. Some of them were presented as the deep underlying meaning of some entertaining story. Other statements of truth were simply glaring at me as if daring me to challenge them. I did, and they won. It seems to me that no matter how they are framed or presented, certain consistent ideas emerged about life that made it seem worth living. I call these truth postulates. Postulate 1. God is life. God is spirit. God is mind. God is the only power that is in control of life, spirit, and mind. Postulate 2. God is within you and every living thing. Translated, this means that everything living is a unique representation of God's identity, mind, spirit, and life. Postulate 3. We've got nothing but time, and it is on our side. This is why we continue to be provided with the opportunity to repeat and recreate in our lives. That's something. Postulate 4. God does not punish us. We punish ourselves with guilt, shame, and fear when we choose not to act in concert with our inherently divine nature. Ooh, that's a word right there. Postulate 5. There is a divine order to everything in life. It is for this reason that exactly where you are at any given time in life is exactly where you should be according to the divine unfolding of your consciousness and life. Postulate 6. Life is the unfolding of experiences designed to bring to our awareness the impersonal operation of the universal principles, sometimes called natural laws. When we are aware that the principles are operating and govern ourselves to live in harmony with them, it becomes easy to understand the experiences that we have in life. Postulate 7. God doesn't bless people. We receive the grace of the divine as abundance, peace, joy, well-being, and love as a function of what we think, feel, and believe about life, ourselves, and the divine. Postulate 8. Our lives are a reflection of our conscious and subconscious choices. When we do not choose, we live by default. Postulate 9. Everybody is born to fulfill a divine purpose, and God has given us everything we will ever need to fulfill that purpose. Everyone will discover the degree of truth that supports what they believe about life, just as I did. I guess the most difficult challenge we all face is learning to live what we believe each day, all the time, under all circumstances. People don't always act like they are representatives of God. There are times when punishment is the only logical, rational you can find for what you are experiencing. Deadlines and demands seem to restrict your time. They do not give you more of it. When you try to substitute man's law for divine law, there seems to be a very inadequate distribution of goods and resources. If you were to actually do unto others what it appears that they are doing to you, there is a very good chance you would be carted off to the nut house, if not to jail. How could I be expected to really apply these things to my life when everyone around me is doing life the way life has always been done? As fast as possible, by any means necessary. Get it done at all costs so that it costs you little or nothing. The answer, as simple as it seems, absolutely works. Behold, I do a new thing. I live the truth of the universe. By holding on to the perfect, immutable truth of the divine and incorporating it into every aspect of your being and your life, you are freed from the chains of habit. By reminding yourself daily that you are a perfect and unique representative of all that God is, you will find that you are equipped to handle anything. This process will help you remember and practice the truth of your soul. Thank you. So now, if you would like to continue, we have reached the commentary journal part. And the first portion of the commentary journal for day 1, which is Honor the Divine with Truth, reads such as this. After reading today's commentary, I realize. And in this portion here, I'm going to share what I realized running through this. And you are more than welcome to post your comments and share yours if you would like, just to see what kind of feedback we can get from each other. You're more than welcome. We can do this book club style. Or if you want to keep your answers to yourself, you're more than welcome for that too. That is your right. But for the purpose of this book, I will share what I realized. The first point that I realized is unlearning what we've been taught, whether it's harmful or as mixed messages, dims our light and hinders our growth. The second point was do not resonate with who we are aspiring to be. The truth finding. Truth keeps us in alignment with self and then with all around us. Your answers may be different from mine, and that is why I encourage to share in the comments, because we all find truth differently to ourselves, and we're all in a different part of our journey. So now the second portion of the commentary journal is the key phrase or phrases I want to remember and work with today are, and the ones that I personally chose were, I am a perfect and unique representative of all that God is. I am equipped to handle anything. The sheep always know the voice of the shepherd. And the last one is, the truth can free me from habitual fears the process of life can impose on me. So now we are reaching the morning truth affirmations portion of day 1. And if you would like, you can definitely go through these yourself in the morning. Go through them at night as well. I do both. But the morning truth affirmation is, today I ask that the truth be revealed to me. Truth is eternal. Truth is the essence of my soul. Truth is my connection to the divine source of all life. Today, I welcome the presence of truth as the universal intelligence that knows exactly what I must do in every situation under all circumstances. No matter what appears before me today, I know there is a greater truth grounded in love, power, peace, joy, and wisdom that will guide and protect me. Today, I invoke the presence of truth as the light that will cast out all thoughts of separation, limitation, and confusion. The light of truth now infuses my mind, reminding me that there is a power and a presence of the divine that is greater than any physical problem. Today I speak the truth. I hear the truth. I see the greater divine truth of every situation I encounter. The truth that is divine, eternal, all-knowing, and ever-present now frees me to live fully, completely, and abundantly. I am grateful for the truth that is now revealed to me this day, and so it is. Also, let me remember, God is truth. And truth is divine. Truth is eternal and consistent. It never changes. God is within every living thing, which means there is a divine and eternal truth beneath everything I see. Truth is greater than any problem on the physical level. The truth is that God believes in me. So now we have reached the journal portion for evening. This is when you would typically do your evening reflections after rereading day 1 again. But if you're like me, you may have reread it twice throughout the day and you're just jumping ahead. So for the evening journal portion, you fill in your name. And I, Amanda, am open to know the truth about myself as it relates to. Now, these are my personal answers. And you would write your personal answers in your book. Or if you don't have the book and you're just listening to me read, journal them down if you're going to write them down in a journal, okay? But I am open to know the truth about myself as it relates to my well-being, my relationships, my faith, my goals, my alignment with my assignment, and my growth. Now, the second is I am open to know the truth as it relates to growing, blooming, beginning and finishing tasks, flowing through the day, ability to not judge, to move in divinity with my heart, mind, and body. The only way that this book is going to work, I'm going to tell you now, is keep it real with yourself. Be open. You must dig into yourself to really be able to utilize this tool that Miss Ayanla has blessed us with. This is for the greater good of you, and yes, it might be scary, but it is necessary. So I am sharing my thoughts, my feelings and emotions with you, and I just encourage you to be open with yourself about yourself. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. All right. So the final prompt for the journal is, I accept as truth that and I put that I am a work of God. Because at the end of the day, each of us
How are we feeling?
are a work of...
That was a lot to take in, especially for an intro, I feel like. And I think that it's really important that I kind of show my face after, so we can get like the rawness of what we have read and how it is just moving within me. So I'm going to read what I wrote in my commentary journal. So make sure you guys have your pens ready too, okay? So after reading today's commentary of truth, I realized that unlearning what we've been taught, whether it's harmful or has mixed messages, dims our light and hinders our growth. And it does not resonate with who we are aspiring to be, the truth-finding portion. And truth keeps us in alignment with self and then with all around us. So that is what I took away from reading about how to honor the divine with truth. The second portion is the key phrases I want to remember and work with today are, I am perfect and a unique representative of all that God is. I am equipped to handle anything. And the sheep always know the voice of the shepherd. That is something just incredible, because it's true when you feel something calling you. But the sheep always know the voice of the shepherd. The truth can free from habitual fears. The process of life can impose on me. So a lot of the time, a lot of us have been raised to fear certain things or to do it out of respect, in a sense. And that can cause a lot of damage to a child growing up into an adult who was always said, do as I say, not as I do. Or this is the reason why, but there is no explanation beyond that. So it's okay to do your own research to find the truth and the meaning of something. And the way that this ends is by reminding yourself daily that you are a perfect and unique representative of all that God is. You will find that you are equipped to handle anything. This process will help you remember and practice the truth of your soul. Now that we are all cozy, I'm doing this in the evening time, but you are more than welcome to do as Ayanla says in the book and begin in the morning and then moving into the evening. There are a lot of days that I did do this in the morning or during my downtime at work, or on my break at work, my first break of the morning. But a lot of the time I enjoy doing a lot of the self-reflection in the evening. So it is up to you, but we are going to go over what I wrote down. And again, no judgment. Okay. I am sharing this openly from my heart and my mind, and I hope that you guys definitely chime on in and have the courage to do the same. So in my commentary journal, under the after reading today's commentary portion, I realize that unlearning what we've been taught, if it's harmful or has mixed messages, dims our light and hinders our growth. And it does not resonate with who we are aspiring to be, the truth-finding portion of it all. And truth keeps us in alignment with self and then with all around us. After that, we answer the key phrases, or phrase that I took from this reading of honoring the divine with truth. I want to remember, the key phrases I want to remember and work with today are: I am a perfect and unique representative of all that God is. I am equipped to handle anything. And then the sheep always know the voice of the shepherd. And the truth can free me from habitual fears the process of life can impose on me. And the reason why I took that from this reading of day 1 is because you must do your own independent investigation of truth. That stood out to me. That was powerful. Because discovering and embracing just one eternal truth will fill your heart, bring tears to your eyes, and eradicate the false beliefs in an instant. And the truth will bring you back to the place you started as a divine idea in the mind of God. Truth will eliminate your need to be anything other than what you already are, divine. So a lot of us get fed tall tales, I call them, or do as I say, not as I do's, by folks that we were raised around, folks, our elders, and it can tend to build a lot of insecurity, a lot of habit forming that can be harmful to us. A lot of it can be good, some of it can be harmful to us, especially if we live trapped in those certain things that we were taught, that we were told were truth. Just make sure you find your truth, and that is what stuck to me for the commentary. We have read through the truth affirmations as well already. We've reviewed them. And in my evening truth journal, I really, you can see as I'm a writer, I'm a marker, I study my books. And for me, I opened with, I, Amanda, am open to know the truth about myself as it relates to, now we're going to get personal, okay? So my well-being, my relationships, my faith, my goals, my alignment with my assignment, and my growth. And I, Amanda, am open to know the truth as it relates to growing, blooming, beginning and finishing tasks, flowing through the day, ability to not judge, and to move in divinity with my heart and mind, and then my body at the end. I, Amanda, accept as truth that I am a work of God. And I had to be real with myself, is I'm great at beginning a task. I am great at having these solid ideas and I can write them down, but finishing and following through, if I had 5 tasks, honestly, I probably finished 2 of them. If it becomes like a gold task, like me creating YouTube, this has been on my mind for like 5 or 6 years. And I've always started, I've always wanted to do a blog, I've always wanted to, do a podcast, and I would write so many things down and start the task, but following through, it's taken me, this is it. Yes, I've done it, and I pray and I hope to be able to stay in alignment with my assignment, because I felt that this was a calling to me. So that is deep in my heart. And for you, I just hope and pray that whatever it is that you have written down in your truth journal portion, that you keep it raw, you keep it real with yourself, that you do not shy away from yourself, because you don't have to share it with me, but your own eyes and mind will process this. And it can be anything from breaking a habit like mine, finishing tasks that I do other than my daily life tasks, and just do the best you can do and be graceful with yourself. There's a lot of things on here that I can admit that I'm human, and I do want to work on that for myself, because when you work on those type of things for yourself, you just become a better human to everyone around you. And that is the goal, that we love each other, that we embrace each other, we uplift each other. Okay. And on my truth affirmations, there's a couple things that really stood out to me. Don't ever mind me if I start getting a little swell-eyed. But one that stood out, the first one that stood out is, truth is eternal. Truth is the essence of my soul. Truth is my connection to the divine source of all life. The second one is, no matter what appears before me today, I know there is a greater truth.
Come here, Bubba Man. Who's your mama boy? Who's your mama boy? Oh, it's just your booger bee. Oh, that's your booger bee. That's your booger bee. Hi, everybody. I'm Ace. I'm Big baby.
Grounded in love, power, peace, joy, and wisdom that will guide and protect me. Amen. So no matter what appears before me today, I know there is a greater truth grounded in love, power, peace, joy, and wisdom that will guide and protect me. That is my prayer over myself every day, over my family, my friends, my loved ones, over all of you. May you just know that you have that in you and around you. God is truth, and truth is divine. And truth is greater than any problem on the physical level. We just have to embrace it. So, I thank you for joining me on going through our day 1 commentary journal and truth journal. And I really just thank you for listening and for being with me on this path. And I think it's absolutely incredible. And we have 39 more to go. So I just send you peace. I hope you get great rest. And make sure that if you're not set up to get notifications for me, that you click the bell, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.